Over the past 15 years, there's been an explosion in research on a stage of brain development known as the teenage brain. In the years leading up to this stage of brain development, there is continual growth of grey matter in the brain, which reaches its peak around the ages of 12 to 14. Grey matter can be viewed as untapped potential and supplies the building blocks for the brain's future structure. Over the course of the teenage brain years, there are two processes taking place, known as pruning and myelination. Pruning describes the process of the brain chopping away grey matter that isn't being used. So grey matter works on a use it or lose it basis, leaving only the connections that have been used during this developmental stage. Secondly, the process of myelination optimises the brain connections that are active and being used, making them significantly more efficient at their job, kind of like fine-tuning a motor. During the teenage years, melatonin, the sleep hormone, is released about 2 hours later than in children or adults, which is why many teenagers struggle to get to sleep before 12. This occurs during a time when the brain requires more sleep. Ideally, a teenager would get around 10 hours a night, but the late release of melatonin and early school start times can mean that teenagers are getting significantly less sleep than their brain ideally needs. Excessive screen use and high levels of caffeine and sugar intake can make this situation even worse. One rather obscure element of the teenage brain is that the chemical released in the adult brain to calm down anxiety has the reverse effect on teenagers. Instead of calming down, it actually increases anxiety. This is one reason why teenagers can be more prone to developing anxiety disorders. This means it is vital that teenagers receive support to manage feelings of worry and stress. Another reason that teenagers are prone to anxiety is the increased neurological sensitivity towards peer acceptance and rejection. The positive side of this change is that they start to create a network of relationships independent of their parents, which is essential to their future development and thriving. The negative side is that they are more sensitive to the stress caused by peer rejection, and this is made even worse by the current dependence upon social media at this age, meaning that this stress can be unrelenting. The reward system for taking risks is also more active in adolescence. The positive side of this is that taking risks is a key way that teenagers learn and develop by embracing new experiences and testing their abilities. The negative side is that the increased neurological reward for taking risks, mixed with the increased sensitivity to peer pressure and a reduced level of frontal cortex risk analysis, means that many young people take risks that are frankly very dangerous. That's why it is key to help them to continually risk assess. A key positive of the adolescent brain is that due to the greater number of synaptic connections and increased plasticity, the teenage brain is exceptionally good at learning. Acquiring new knowledge and skills comes much more naturally to the teenage brain than the adult brain. To summarise, the teenage brain is a stage of profound opportunity for learning, building a supportive network of relationships and embracing new experiences. But it comes with the challenges of learning to assess risk effectively and managing stress, particularly in relation to social relationships. But with the right support, teenagers can really thrive during this stage of brain development. Thanks for watching.